plug the holes. I like to use beeswax. Once you got your 9 inches diagonal, make a mark. As you can see here, the distance from the bottom edge to the top edge is 6.75 inches. So you divide that by 3 and put your mark. So 2¼ inches from the bottom to the top of the first layer. But I'm going to make it 2 1/3. Give it a little bit of extra space. Okay, so you see I got 4 magnets there. I put tape on. This is just to clean them off. Put that on the edge. Try and line it up. You don't want it covering the second just yet. Bend a little, attach. Bend a little, attach. Bend it a little bit, attach. Turn it over. You want to make like a Stonehenge. See how that's holding over? This one's got to be the same as the top. And there's your 2 little magnet sets. Okay, so put it in there, bend it over, put it through again. That way you got a really nice, tight tie that around your wire. This is speaker wire, and I took out the threads. I'm going to twist 2 together because one by itself, the cement is just going to eat right through, even though we're only using a little bit of cement in the mix. So there, let's twist it together. Now I don't have to worry so much at all about the cement eating through it. And I'm going to twist it around each of these quartz crystals. The reason why this is black is because of shungite. Find the biggest chunk of shungite you can, use sandpaper, and just add it in, use a toothpick, mix it up with everything else. Throw in a tiny bit of THC crystal if you wish, but you know what you want to put in. Okay, I just dug a little bit out. It's really dry. After a while it gets like that. That's okay. Okay, I got it put on to the end. It's broken. Not the pointy end where the energy shoots out. I'm going to put a sliver, the blue kyanite on there. So the blue kyanite sliver and the selenite sliver is there. Just going to cover them both. That's a boot that seems to go up about, I guess, 25% of the way up the quartz crystal. Okay, I'm going to start at this end. We have a bit left. Careful, gentle. You want to go clockwise, preferably clockwise. I don't think it matters much. I'm using this on my fingers right now because I'm going to touch the black tarry mix on the crystal, and I don't want it to stick to my fingers. If I recall, I also put a tiny bit in there already. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. A lot of people don't find they want to spend all the time putting a wire around the crystal, but it's nice if you can. Helps a tiny bit. Every tiny bit helps. Now I'm going to choose a tiny bit of citrine. I want it to be really tiny. Yeah, good enough. Actually, I think I'm going to choose this one. It's got more color. I'm just going to dip. Should it stick to it? Yes. No problem. Okay. I'm going to let this dry out a little bit. Okay, so from above you can see the crystal would be about here. Cement will just cover where the magnets stop. Know where the crystal is. Get to the mark. Tie it around. If you can, try to keep the crystals pointing directly at each other. If you have to turn this guy, that's okay. It's so that when you put this thing inside, you know exactly where the crystals are pointing, exactly where to sprinkle the goodies. Just makes it easier when things are lined up. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just try to make it accurate. As you can see, this pot bubble has an elevation here and here, so I'm not going to put it dead center. It's just going to sit on this elevation. That really throws things off a little bit, but I can adjust as I go. The cement is going to come up, cover the quartz crystal, just barely. Then you sprinkle your goodies over that, whatever, essential oils or whatever you want. Same goes for here. The crystal pointing down this way, cement will come up. Okay, the next thing you want to do is you want to measure the volume. and that way you know exactly how much of each ingredient you want to include. It can be water, it can be sand, and it's not difficult. Alright, I was going to use sand, but I decided to use water because sand is really toxic and it gives you a severe headache. So, okay, layer 3. Starting with 1,000 milliliters, pouring it in, and going back for more. 1,000 milliliters. About there. Used all of it. Okay, so that's easy. That's 2,000. Okay, first of all, keep in mind that cement is not concrete. To make cement really strong, you add sand or something to make it into concrete and really strong. So, for layers 1 to 2, the water added up to 2175 milliliters. For how much cement you add, 40%, you multiply by 0.4, 870. Now you got your 870. You want to add a little bit more just in case it's not exactly enough. So I do 20%. So about 1,000 milliliters for how large my planter pot was, as you've seen. Continue the process. 37% for sand, 23% for iron oxide. Red's a tiny bit better than black. Okay, this is an example of a copper scrub bud. Now, I don't use this kind. It's kind of too large and you don't want the cement touching where it connects to the scrub bud. So, what I do, so I use an SOS pad. I just wash it out, connect it deep down inside on both ends, tape it up really good. No cement is touching all the way along. Then you want to go from bottom corner to the opposite corner up here, but leave about 1 centimeter of space of cement, or concrete I should say, going over top of it, and you can touch the sides. That's better actually, touch the sides. So I got my length. I'll cut the wires right about there. To be able to get this plastic off of here, use scissors and just lightly cut and keep turning. Okay, how to get this put together. Now, people use scrub buds in various forms. It can be copper, whatever. Screw it in there. Oh, that doesn't look very good, does it? Well, just gonna have to wiggle around. From there, just tape it up really good. The tape sticks to the tape pretty good, so use that to your advantage. Okay, so that's about 1 centimeter underneath the pour line, which will be right around here. Just remember, the wire only goes in about maybe 1 centimeter or so on each end, or 2, and tape it up really good so the cement, the concrete doesn't seep in and touch the wire on both sides. The concrete will seep in here a little bit, but not very much, so that's okay. Additional note, this does not connect with this. Okay, I work with distilled water. and I put a bottle of Keshe GaNS inside to charge it up. It takes about 1 day. It's really good for the water. Gives it a great energy. There's other things like colloidal silver, I think even colloidal gold, and maybe something else, but there's a number of things you can do with water. Charge them up with crystals, or all the above, perhaps. 3 chunks of shungite. Really good idea to put shungite in water. A lot of special things about shungite. Put in 3 pieces. 3's got a special quality to it. Alright, so I got a setup where I open up the wand with the fan, blow on it, so it never ever heats up, so the bubbles can focus their energy on other things instead of constantly keeping the wand cool. But anyway, so I got a little mountain here of cupcake sized bubbles. They are really hard to make, and easier just to make the 9-inch ones. But so I got the wand powering everything up, and infrared light charging the water up, and I got a little line. It's a little hard to see there, but that's going into the bottle, charging it up. So the water is getting a lot of treatment. You don't have to do all these things. Even muddy water would work, but of course clean water is better. The more you add, the more work you do, the better the results. Just saying, I do not recommend that you do this. I'm here alone, so I don't have to worry about anything. No animals, no kids. I don't have to worry. So do what you want at your own risk. I use a coat hanger, plastic piece of a coat hanger. That way it has something to keep it sturdy, because the body has been basically taken off. And I don't have a glass tube coming out the end. I have a wire, because it's a lot quieter. Just a lot nicer to work with, and provides a better, stronger energy. Fully recommended that part. Alright, so I got my 2 containers here. This one is the big one. That's for levels 1 and 2. And that's got 1,044 milliliters. Just filled that guy up and put a little bit more over the top of 1,000. This one, 960 milliliters of cement. So a little bit less than 1,000. Put into that one. That's for the 3rd layer. Okay, so we got 962 of sand for layers 1 and 2. For this guy, we got 888. So pour that in there. $888. Okay, this is from Amazon. Keep in mind it's natural. FE304. And I got the 600 milliliters there. Done. Okay, to turn sand into powder, I use a vibrating tumbler. And it's also good to put in some copper coated steel BBs. That way, when they bang together, it takes the copper off and leaves it with the sand. Just make sure that you measure how much BBs you put in, because you're not going to get all that on the way out. I left them in for a long time once, and they were really small. They were about like 1/4 the size, and the rest of it just disintegrated completely into the sand. You don't need powderized sand. You can just use regular sand. Oh, I can see the fumes rising already. I'm probably going to get a bad headache, but making a video. Okay, so I need another 52. So I'm going to add these ball bearings. Okay, the volume is 60. That's okay. It's just a bit over. Copper coated BBs are better because it creates the piezoelectric effect. Copper got disintegrated off by me putting the bearings into, the BBs into a vibrating tumbler. Throw these in there. All the rest. Key shavings. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to stir this up when it's dry because it's a lot easier that way. So I'm using a strong butter knife for now. Once you mix it up really good, we'll decide to use this. You'd be surprised how easy it is to add too much. So that's why I'm only adding a little bit at a time and constantly mixing. Okay, you're probably wondering about consistency. Well, this is probably about right. It's pretty close. Easy to work with. Okay, now you just want to add a tiny amount if you want to. You don't have to add this. It just helps a tiny bit for good energy. Lavender is classic. Joy helps with depression. Don't have depression, but any times I was really upset or really down, it picked me up and worked really well. I picked Idaho Blue Spruce up because it's the highest vibration essential oil there is. So 1 drop of each, really tiny drop is all you need. It's the essence that the bubble wants to use and amplify. So those are 3 good things to broadcast, but you can choose what you want. Well, actually it can be more than 1 drop, it doesn't matter, but it's just better if you just put a tiny bit in. Okay, so the online tone generator set at 33. It's good to put the vibrations back in. You got the infrared lamp, put it on. It's really good energy. Okay, now to hold this in place, I tied a wire around here. Let's see, that'll be about there. Okay, now use a plastic spoon. Don't use a metal one, because then when it gets close to the magnets, it's going to stick. So let's do this. Go down the edge. Okay, so use a plastic spoon because we got magnets, and inside this concrete is, well, magnetite, I was going to say, which would have been a little bit better, but iron oxide. Down the side, right down the side. Careful with those magnets. Of course, a lot of the iron oxide is just going to get right in there, go right through the concrete and stick to the magnets, but can't do much to help that, and it's really not that big a deal. Some ways might be pretty good. Let's just average this out. Some people say it should be a little wetter, but stick to the side. Stick to the side. Oh, that's covering it up. Careful. Okay, so I got that cleared up, so that way I can put exactly what I want over the crystal. And I got 38 stones powdered. Now you don't have to go to such an extreme, but I'm a typical Scorpio. I like to go to extremes. Take a tiny pinch, just need a tiny pinch. Sprinkle it around. Yeah, around. all you need. Microscopic bit, just a tiny bit. And also a little bit of dirt from my yard. Just a little smidgen, right? And, well, I didn't want to pull out a hair and use the DNA from the root. The DNA is in the root, that's right, not along the rest of the hair. But anyway, I took a little bit of my blood with a toothpick, cut that off. No, it didn't work. Try this again. Okay, I want to place that over top. Use a toothpick to guide it into place. There we go. Now, around the crystal, you want to put some cement. I use a toothpick and I'm gonna break it. Get a stubby end there and just start pushing it down. You want that cement in there. It's much better to create the piezoelectric effect where the cement squishes the crystal and creates the effect. This spoon is a little easier to use. I guess I should have put the cement in before I even lowered the magnets down. That would have been smarter. Think positive thoughts. Powerhouse manifestation. Okay, we're getting close up to the bottom of this set of crystals, so let's be careful there. Let's spread it out. Get that taken care of. Keep it away, keep it away, keep it away. Yeah. I think what I'll do is I'll build it up around there and then plant the goodies. Yeah. Yeah, see? Gets the magnet just grabs onto it right away. Okay, now I had extra, so I'm just going to make another one, but a really simple one. So, digging out the corners and throwing this in there. Good enough. It's just a simple one. Layer 3. Now, as you can see, that's key shavings. Add 1 drop of real lemon. Okay, so we're gonna pour this right in there. Now I'm gonna stop for a second because we want to put cement right down inside between the magnets. Get the piezoelectric effect on the crystal. Okay, so you remember this one? That was made out of the leftovers. I only had a little bit of layer 3 left to just put over the top, like icing over the cake. It's better than nothing. It'll be fine. Though it is good to have a thick layer of layer 3, but oh well. Okay, so now what you want to do is get it wired up, and any others, if you got others. It's been drying for about half a day or more, so it's pretty solid. And I want you to remember to ask all bubbles internationally to support the growth and incubation, if you wish to call it, of this bubble. Support its growth to become a very powerful manifester. And for all bubbles internationally, including the one you just made, to protect the wand. Now I got this wired up to my Merlin's chamber. Way over here is where the wand is. And it's taken apart so that the fan can blow on it, keep it cool. That way I can charge 24/7 without it burning out. I don't recommend that because animals and kids and whatever can maybe knock it over. And I got a piece of a coat hanger there, and that holds it together because it's got no shell anymore to hold it all in place. And so the wire goes everywhere. So the wire connects and charges that up. Now you need 216 hours, so 10 minutes on, 10 minutes off. So that's for the first day. The second day, I guess you can go 20 minutes. As long as you're in a cool area, 20 minutes on and then 10 minutes off to cool down. The third day, you can go about half an hour on, 10 minutes off. Use a countdown timer on your phone and then keep track with a pen and paper. Ideally, what you want to do is you want to have that wand put into a freezer and have a wire coming out of the end all the way to your bubble. That would be ideal. Okay, so you got your wand and you want to put a wire right in there. So take a wire. This is like speaker cable wire, and use scissors. Go about 1, 2, about 3 inches. Just lightly carve into the plastic. Try not to cut the wire too much. So I'm pulling this off. It's not easy, but you can get it. There we go. Now, twist it just a little bit, not much, just a little. Slowly turn that into a coil, into a ball. Just make a ball out of that. There you go. Not too small. Make it a little easier. Yeah. And then just stick that in. Use a pencil, the rubber end. Stuff it, make it nice and snug. And there you go. The other end you can attach to whatever you want. So here's a wand that's still in its shell. The best kind is from 4hairloss.org. Number 4, hairloss.org. So the coolest area you can put it in, basement or any cool area that you can think of, have a fan blowing on it, really helps. If you can find a electric timer that automatically shuts it off and turns it back on, that would be awesome. That's ideal. Then you can leave home, do what you want, and when you go to sleep, you can sleep 8 hours, don't have to get up all the time. Get it done so much faster. Or you can make a triple cone, which is basically what should be there, and there, and there, and way over there. So that is called a Merlin's chamber. And it is the best that you can do with bubble tech manifestation. But really, it should have triple cones. Really should. Okay, excellent. Now to make it do its first manifestation magic, this is called continuous running intentions. It's to all nature and the world. So 24/7, it sends euphoria to the list you see. Always use the following phrase as it's the most powerful. I am sending infinite euphoria to all water, all air, sun, moon, fire, to only do good. I am sending infinite euphoria to all nature, all phytoplankton, trees, plants, animals, birds, bees, and soil. I am sending infinite euphoria to all dark cities, London, Los Angeles, Paris, and the Middle East, Pakistan, Latin countries, Africa, and the Cabal. All these euphoric intentions are to run continuously 24/7. Now, so be it. Done. Okay, so now your bubble has its euphoric mirror back, as it's called, and is ready for you to command it to send euphoria to whoever you want or whatever you want. Okay, putting the light back on there, and once it's fully charged, after the 9 days, then I'm going to install these intentions again, because by then it's going to have more ability, more power, and I'll be able to make my manifestation wishes come true for myself a lot more easily. Now, if you want, there's certain ideas for manifestation, but it's up to you. You can make them continuous running intentions also. Permanent help in health, finances, romance, inspiration, dealing with people. Definitely send euphoria to people at work that you don't get along with or whatever. Make things easier for you. Personally, I just ask it to protect and enhance my happiness.